Oh, wrong camera. Hello, everybody, and indeed, welcome to another edition of the Chicago Tony V Show. A very special Memorial Day edition. Oh, my goodness gracious. You fans of the show will recognize immediately that we have a different setup, okay? This is no normal show by a long shot. We have actually two VIP guests. Now, you guys knew in advance, you were warned, there was a build-up that the beautiful, the witty, the stunning, the beautiful, the elusive RoboKitty
Hello.
was going to be here on the show. Oh,
Was going to be here.
welcome, RoboKitty. And we have
Hi.
what some people consider almost like a mini-me. Lucenzo, my camera dude, is in the studio. Hello.
Hi. Hi. Yeah.
I wanted to give Robo the opportunity to hear her own sound effect while she's sitting here in the studio. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Unbelievable. Now, is our camera setup the best? No, obviously not. It's a little wonky, but I've never done this before. And I did have to reconfigure all this stuff after a power outage, let's call it. I lost all my settings on all my things. Lucenzo, that doesn't seem to bother him a bit. He doesn't care about my well-being, etc., etc. I see where we're headed, Lucenzo. Just dropped something off my desk. I'm just out of sorts. We're going to see how it goes. And look at this. I'm literally texting Discord while I'm talking.
Talk to text.
Holy crap, let's stop that. That is hilarious. You could have gotten the whole text. Okay, so
Tony, I don't know how you manage to stay so calm when you do this every day.
really, let's talk about it. What do you think? What are you thinking?
Oh, I don't know.
Can you scoot your mic up a little closer? Tell me about. Are you being serious?
Yeah. You look so calm from the other side of the camera.
Well,
every morning.
If you think about it, I've done this a time or two. It's kind of
That's true.
interesting. These really are ridiculous camera angles. It makes no sense. It's like over here on camera one, you
You can see your arm too.
Lucenzo gets in every shot, and then this is the RoboKitty shot.
I can't believe I'm here.
I know, how weird is it?
I'm in the mothership.
Yeah.
Isn't that strange?
Yes.
Now, I'm trying to remember because it's been such a whirlwind. RoboKitty, when you got here, did we go right to Studio B? I'm trying to remember.
I think I went and sat down in the living room, and then and then you said, let's get this over with. And you opened up the door, and I was like, oh, it's Studio B. That is crazy.
Robo, when I said let's get this over with, I wasn't talking about Studio B.
Gotcha.
We'll talk about that off camera.
Aw.
Anyway, so you guys, let's say good morning or good afternoon to some of our beautiful pepperoni friends. Let's see, Amber Glow with the gold medal finish. Very
1, 2, 3,
nice.
5 claps.
I can't see from here, but hi, Amber. Hey, lady letter carriers here. Let's see.
Boy, she's typing a whole lot.
Who's next there?
Amber and Lady. I get
Amber
this.
and Lady.
I get this feeling that Georgie Girl is maybe boycotting a little bit.
Oh no, I hope not.
Well, she posted that snarky comment about. I guess she tuned in at 7 this morning for a show, and trust me, I feel horrible about that.
Oh.
I really do.
I keep looking
Yeah,
at the
yesterday
wrong
was
camera.
that was something else. That
Yesterday
race, that was let's see, 5. What time did we get out of there? I mean, that was a 15-hour day in the sun.
Yes.
85, 90 degrees. That was brutal fun.
roasting.
I don't think there was any way we could all get up that early.
It wasn't going to happen. It was a brutal day. What I thought I would do, you two, my two in-studio guests, I thought we would kind of go through the day. I'm thinking, or through maybe even the weekend, sort of a little bit sequentially. Now, what I didn't tell you guys, actually, there's wait a minute.
Whoa.
Do we have Tank in the look
Is
at
that Tank?
Hold on, let's get Tank's music. Oh my
Tanko,
goodness!
what's up?
A very heartfelt hello. Glad to see you to the one and only Chicago Tank. That is so fabulous. I can't even tell you.
Tank, you are
Great to
missed.
see you. Great to see you, Tank.
We've been harassed, and we have nobody to protect us anymore.
Yes. And it's so nice to see Lady Letter Carrier. Lady, did you actually forego a movie, did I hear, to watch this show?
Top Gun, right?
Was it? Oh, yeah, that's right. You
Is
said.
that salty too?
Oh, my goodness. Salty's in the house. See, this is going to be super fun.
Yeah, so Lady Letter Carrier said she was going to go see Top Gun at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, but she said, you know what, I'll go next Wednesday.
Oh, see, isn't this interesting? Lady says, Tony wearing a T-shirt on camera, so dressed down. Absolutely. It's funny. We, the gang here, me and my cohorts, we went out to lunch a little bit, just a little bit ago. And I'm getting carpal tunnel from working these camera angles
if
already.
Mama RoboCat, Mrs. RoboCat is in the house,
Oh, yes.
feel free to say hi.
If Dee would like to comment somehow, some way, it would be an honor to hear from you. We have had it's been an absolute pleasure having your daughter join our tradition, my tradition. It's been awesome. So hello to Dee if she can't figure out how to comment. And let's see.
What?
Check out this comment, people, from Tank. Did Tony spray Robo with the bat spray so she doesn't know where the bat cave is at? That is so perfect. See, these are the types of comments we've missed from Tank. Oh my God.
Well, the
That is-
security team picked me up at the airport in an Escalade, and with tinted windows, and they put a bag over my head. So I have no idea where we are.
That is great. I actually do wonder if you could find me again if you had to. I'm guessing you probably could. You have my address now, so that's fascinating. Oh my gosh. Amber says we've missed Tank so much. You know what? I'm probably not going to put the comments up on this screen today. Well, do you guys want to see how I do it? Let's put Amber's comment here up on the screen. You have been missed so much, Tank. This is hilarious. I really am getting like a carpal tunnel in my right hand already with all this camera switching.
I have to switch my eyes to two cameras.
Yeah, you have to decide what you're going to look at, right?
Yeah.
I'm
What's
trying not
going
to
on?
look at the camera at all. The picture of myself, because then I'm like, I look weird.
Is it you get
Well, I just get like if I know somebody's taking a picture of me, I don't know what to do with my face. So I told Tony yesterday at the race, I was like, hey, by the way, if you want to take pictures, just take candid pictures of me. I'm like, don't tell me. And then he said, should I show them to you right away? And I was like, no, you have to wait a day or two. So.
you just sit there and look pretty. That's what you do. Let's see. Tank says ladies usually put a bag over his head. And, that paints quite a picture. Cross-eyed people have the advantage. See, now the Tank's back, I'm just going to be firing through his comments. Anyway, back to this T-shirt comment from
Thank you.
Lady. What's that? Oh, nice. Yeah, Amber Glow says nice shirt.
Amber, do you know what this is? Or
Free. Oh, that's got to. Is that for the truckers? Is that
this
what
was
that's
for
all
the
about?
truckers, yeah. So this is from Tim Pool. I don't know if anybody is familiar with him. He's a political commentator, fairly young. I believe he's 35 or 36. And I don't agree with him on all issues. There's actually a few that I absolutely do not agree, and I almost stopped watching him. But my brother said, he said 10, did he say 10, 15%? As far as, I guess this is a rule when you watch political commentators that it's okay to, let's see if it's more than that, then maybe you might stop watching somebody, but it's kind of normal to not agree on like 10 or 15% of things. But anyway, so this was a shirt that he made to honor the Canadian truckers. And so I don't know if anybody's familiar with Free Hong Kong logo, but so he kind of redid the logo, made it look like Canada's flag, and it's Free Hong Kong.
Kunk.
Free, instead of Free Hong Kong, like Hong Kong, China, it's Free Hong Kong, because the Canadian truckers were honking horns.
Honk, yeah.
Ooh, I get it now. Okay.
And I got one for me and one for my brother for his birthday. So.
Very nice. That's we got to support the truckers. I like it. And here's one Tank comment that I'm not gonna read in front of the young impressionable Lucenzo.
I can already see it.
Although, so I probably ought to get into it. So I didn't warn you guys that you all knew Robo was coming for the race, but I had my family has 8 tickets normally, and still to this day, and I had a couple people drop out, and I got to thinking, hey, who else should I bring? So I got to support my Chicago Tony V crew. So I thought I'm going to bring my camera guy, right? I actually have some pictures to show. And then I have a special surprise. Finally, really a behind-the-scenes famed person from the show will be revealed later this show. I think you long-timers...
Oh, yeah.
You long-timers know who I'm talking about. But we'll get to it. And someone Lucenzo gets to work with behind the scenes a little bit every once in a while. And I think he'll happily tell you guys...
Is Gigi here?
What it's, let's see. I haven't seen her yet.
Oh.
I should text her. Let me text her right now. And maybe even she needs a snarky text. Let's see. Let me see. See how tight we are? We, we have each other's cell numbers and stuff like that. I'm just going to say we are on Twitch. Right now. We'll see what she does.
Well, that wasn't too snarky.
I know.
It was a pretty normal
I can
comment.
I can amp it up. Yeah, see, like Lady has a comment here. Says Lucenzo looks like Tony's mini-me. Yeah, Lucenzo, you and I got a couple of those comments this weekend at the race.
A lot.
That's funny. I don't let your dad hear that, okay? I think it would hurt his feelings.
It would.
It would? Yeah, Oh, Georgie girl is here. Look at that.
There she is.
Yeah, good to see you, Georgie. Georgie, you tuned in at 7 o'clock this morning from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry. I don't know if you saw last night that I said we aren't going to make it at the normal time. I know it was late, so you were probably already in bed, baby. Trust me, we have very valid reason to have been late, and we'll get into it. But I wanted to sequentially now just kind of talk about the weekend a little bit. I would say first of all, it's been fabulous. It's been so fun having you guys.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's
pleasure to be here.
It's just been tremendous.
Even though I'm your neighbor.
Well, yeah, you're always kind of around. But I mean, it was awesome having you at the race, and then impromptu having you. It turns out today's a holiday, so you don't have anything else going on.
Yeah.
You've already bonded with the beautiful and elusive RoboCat in person, so why not have you on the show?
Yeah.
It's amazing. But I took.
He's a cool kid. Very seriously cool kid.
I think so too. I credit his parents for letting him hang out with us. Isn't that crazy? It's what a joy.
Their side.
What a joy.
I forgot the screen's mirrored.
I'm not paying you time and a half, by the way. You hardly worked a camera at all this weekend. I just want you to know. All right, let's keep it honest. Tank wants to know, is she really elusive anymore since she's there? RoboCat is RoboCat, okay? She's always going to be a little elusive. I just think that's in her nature a little bit. We'll say this, lovely. I'd better just stick in there lovely all the time now. But we knew that beforehand. But speaking of RoboKitty, I just collected a few pictures from the weekend. And now RoboCat is a New Yorker, as we all know, right? And she came to the Midwest, all right? The flyover place, right? And I figured there was going to be a cultural gap, And I don't know how Robo lives day to day. Obviously, we keep in touch over the show, and we text here and there, we chat on the phone here and there, etc., etc. Every once in a while, she flies out to see me. How crazy is that? Anyway, but yeah, some pictures. So, like, for example, so I think there's a picture from the start. And I don't mean to put her on the spot, but she showed up and just started stealing all my groceries out of the refrigerator. And I just thought, like, is she not getting enough to eat? I got proof here via camera, and then, I confronted her a little bit and we talked about it. But I thought that was weird. I just told her, I said, Robo, we're going to feed you this weekend, okay? And Tank says, did you greet her with snowballs? Literally, I did text her on the way to picking her up. I was like, I'm bringing snowballs.
I think I put all caps, no.
Yes, it was all caps, no. That was
my flight was delayed. So I was sitting on the tarmac for 2 hours, and the flight itself is about the same. So I sat on the tarmac until my flight was supposed to arrive, and then finally we took off. But so he says, you must be hungry. I'm going to have snowballs in the car. And I was like, no.
Now, to be clear, there were no snowballs, right? Just out of self-preservation, I thought that would be a funny comment. But yeah, Robo let me know. Absolutely do not bring snowballs. And I get it. Moving on. Oh, one of the things we did, RoboKitty, was we went to the parade the day before. Mm-hmm. This is why I've always, the whole weekend, the race weekend in Indianapolis is so fun. They do this parade through downtown.
Yeah.
First thoughts on the parade, RoboKitty. What'd you think?
Very nice, very wholesome.
Very wholesome, like how? What do you mean, wholesome how?
I'm just impressed with the people here. They're just, they're nice, well-behaved, polite. Not too many crazy people running around starting trouble.
Just to remind you, we're back in Sheboygan, but you meant race weekend in Indianapolis, right?
Yeah.
The people there. Wholesome, yes. So explain.
Well, all this whole area in the Midwest, it's just very, very nice people.
That's very nice to hear. Lucenzo, how does that make you feel? Because you're a Midwesterner. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, good. Uh-huh.
So it turns out that, I guess we have something to offer maybe. Who knows? Here's another picture. So we mentioned the parade. This was a setup for the parade. Now, so yes, Lucenzo, I'll let you introduce your partner here in a second. The other part of the Chicago Tony V crew. But starting to the right, there's my little brother. He was with us. There's RoboKitty next to him. Now, I unwittingly I bought a new lawn chair for RoboCat, and I never even saw it opened. It was closed in a bag, and I purchased it, and she was very, very sweet about it. But if you look at this picture, it's like midget-sized. She was like 2 inches off the ground. Robo, you're already not the tallest person. And then I gave you a chair that's like 2 inches
I liked it.
She kept saying...
I kept saying that, and I knew you thought I was being nice, but I really was serious, and I liked it. Yeah. It was very comfortable.
Anyway, that was very nice of you. So let's see. Getting back to the picture, there's Robo in the dwarf chair. There's my nephew Jack, who's about to go off to college. All right, Lewis. Finally, you ready for the reveal?
Yeah. Okay. Red shirt guy next to me. It's Vincenzo, the one and only dopey computer guy.
The Deer Slayer.
Yeah. It's
Right. So we brought the Chicago Tony V crew, and we got Vince's lips off the bong pipe for 2 seconds and spend the weekend with us. And I think it was really fun. But he has a baby face. I'm almost positive I have another picture of Vinny.
the funny part about this is he's bad at computers and he's older than me.
Well, now he's better at computers than me. Wait, are you better at computers than him? Because maybe I need to be switching around the. What do you think?
100%, yeah.
You're better than him at computers?
Well, have you seen your first Twitch show? Like the numbers?
I'm trying to forget. I do. That was a little bit of a mix-up. I've forgiven him. I've forgiven him for the Insane Clown Posse shirt to lunch that one day. Here's a really nice picture of Robo Kitty. Look at that. Isn't that nice? With my little bro ready for the parade. Robo.
He was a lot of fun talking to him. So
he's a nice dude. My brothers are nice. My nephew is nice. My employees are nice. You know. What more could a guy ask for? I took some weird pictures at the parade. Like I snapped this. Remember the clown guys? Mm-hmm. There's so much happening at the parade, and this was definitely guys in like clown get-ups was definitely not a major thing.
They're really weird clowns. They look like those classic like alcoholic clowns.
Yes.
You catch them backstage with a cigarette hanging out of their mouth.
Krusty Clown from Simpsons.
There you go. Absolutely. I don't know why I snapped a picture like this. I didn't snap any pictures of the drivers or whatever, but I don't know. It just tickled me somehow. So that was fun.
We got a selfie with one of the drivers too.
Oh yeah, we're getting to. You know what? I don't think that's in my slide deck, but I have a picture before that picture. I'll tell the story, or you can tell the story. That was really all Vince. Let's see. Tank has a comment. I still think the numbers should be the intro to the show. You think the intro should always be that first day that Vinny screwed it up? Or I guess he didn't, technically.
And you totally freaked out, too.
I got scared. I freaked out. You're absolutely right. That's funny. Here's some. It turns out I think I took a couple of pictures of RoboKitty, almost like they're like almost voyeuristic.
Pictures of my shoulder.
Well, like pictures where you wouldn't have guessed that I was taking a picture, probably. Which, in hindsight, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
I would like to apologize to you and your mother. It's probably kind of creepy, but she's like, if we look at this picture, there was this railing in front of us that she got out of her little people chair and sat up on the railing a little bit. It was a fun day.
Oh, that's
beautiful
sitting on
weather.
the railing. That's right. Yeah,
that's you sitting on the railing. So it was a fun day, festive time. The parade is always fun. Lots of cool stuff. Again, random thing that I snapped a picture of is this beautiful old car. There were lots of beautiful old cars. Why I snapped this picture, I'm not entirely sure, but it was super cool. This thing, you guys remember this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I heard...
It's like a tour bus from the 50s, right? Or something like that, or the 60s.
Didn't your older brother tell you that it's a tour bus for like the new technology and like the doors would open up and stuff?
Yeah, this is General Motors. And if you guys think of you remember the old videos like from
like a prototype, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember those old videos like Kitchen of the Future, like from the 50s, the old black and white, and they would tell us how great the future was going to be.
Yeah, it looks like those sleek, rounded design. Like looks like it would be a microwave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like
totally.
In that style.
And so my brother John was telling me that this was a bus that was used to like tour around, and then, yeah, some sort of doors on the side of it would open
Yeah,
up.
like on the side. I think it's the side that we saw.
Yeah,
Like it would open like that.
open up, yeah, like clamshell, and then they'd bring out the new products, like oh, here's a phone where you can dial, the numbers are in a circle, you can, I'm just thinking of old technology. Tank says yes, absolutely, that one intro should always be the intro to the show. I think that's hilarious. Let's see, do I even, oh, okay, Robo, I bet you don't know that any of these pictures exist.
No, I don't.
And I'm sorry. So here's another
That's
one.
fine.
I thought this
I
was
told
so
you.
cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good picture.
Yeah,
Whoa.
isn't that cool?
Oh, I'm going to get up for a second because I want to.
Yeah. You want to look more closely?
Oh, that's a good one.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, I like that.
just
See, this
looks-
is why I told you to do that.
Yeah. So
I couldn't have posed for that. You can see though, like you. Wait, go back to that. I'm trying to see what time. Was that before the race or after?
That was before.
That was before.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like get by looking at that, you could see it was hot. It was-
Yes.
and we were. Oh yeah, because we got the coffee. I was making coffee, getting things ready. After that, we were gonna throw everything back in the truck and head over to the race. But this is the beginning of the tailgate, and it's early. We just sat for 3.5 hours in traffic, and
Oh my God.
but we were finally there, and it was like it never happened. The traffic. Once we were there, we were like, it was fine.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good to go. Such a relief. And this is, yeah, of course, the back of the ambulance there. There's a little glimpse at the infamous ambulance. Which, did you guys notice? We got several compliments from other people,
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you guys have the best tailgating setup."
Oh yeah.
And then even if everybody that walked by, they would say to each other, they were either like, "Oh, nice setup you got," or they would make some kind of like corny joke, or and then you would hear them talking to each other, being like, "Do you see what they have? See, they're doing it right."
Yeah.
Are you saying they were like making fun of us a little
No,
bit?
no, no. They
Oh.
were like, they were trying to be like make an original joke, so they would like make some corny joke, like I don't even remember what.
There were a lot of people coming up to us, like
Yeah.
trying to talk.
They
to
were being
us.
friendly. They were
Yeah,
just being
that-
friendly.
Yeah, that's just kind of Midwestern.
like the jokes like at when I was a cashier, where like I checked their $100 bill and they'd be like, "Good job, right? Just made it this morning." It's like, like jokes like that,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, very nice people. Here's another great picture. I love that, and you can see what a baby-faced Vince is for like a 23. You would never peg this guy for as old as he is. But here's the Chicago Tony V crew at the back of the ambulance. I think Vince is just so pleased to be out of doors. I think he lives in his basement. He probably hadn't seen sunlight in about a month and a half, is my guess. But anyway, Vince and Lucenzo just having the time of their lives. Another good shot of the back of the ambulance. Now, Vinny, I don't think either of you guys maybe saw this, but Vince, he gets he keys in on, he gets obsessed with things, and so like with the ambulance before the race, he just was like wiping every surface down with like Clorox wipes and stuff. And he just went through the whole thing. And of course, still by the end of the day, it was just a total mess. Especially by the time I crashed it. We'll get to that part.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
get
I
to that
forgot
part
about
later.
that for a minute.
We'll get to it. Everyone's fine. Everyone's fine.
Go back to the picture though. That
What you
if
got?
you didn't notice, I'm dressed in all black for the race.
Yeah. That
Right.
was that was an oversight.
Yeah. Well, actually, we'll see in a later picture. That I have upgraded Lucenzo's dress to all white because of
Yeah.
what was. We really learned that from Robo because like she was smart. She wore white on the.
I got a white. Well, those pants are, I don't know what they're made out of, but they're nice. Like I wear those to the beach usually, and then I had a linen shirt and a linen like suit jacket type of deal, really thin, and then my straw hat. And when we were up in the stands, for a while there, well, the whole time, but then the sun was beating directly, like, and I was like bundled up in this white suit, but I guarantee I was cooler than if I had taken it off, because I did take it off a few times and I was hotter.
Yeah, it's funny. We were walking into the venue, right? Lewis was still in the black. Robo was in all the white stuff, and you could touch the surface of Lucenzo's clothing, and it was like burning hot. And then touch Robo's, and it was nice and cool. And it's like, all right, we got to get this kid upgraded. So like, here's a picture of us in the stands, and see Lucenzo's all white now. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Even that hat. You had a black hat on.
Yeah, I had a Second Commandment hat on.
That would be Second Amendment.
Or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, this veteran was going around asking for donations with the hats. So
yeah,
he gave Louis a Second Amendment hat.
Yeah, there's people always hawking stuff in the lot before the race every year, and yeah, this
good
veteran,
stuff though. At least it was quality stuff.
Yeah, it was very nice. If you remember, I tried to get Vinny a hat too. Do you remember what that one said?
Live free or die.
It was Make America Great Again.
Oh no, it was Keep America Great Again.
Keep America Great Again. Yeah, and
he didn't want it.
Vinny didn't want
but
that.
But I understand that though, because he's gonna go places and get harassed if he wears that. So, especially being that he's young or whatever, I think it's more of that kind of like, I'm not wearing this. I'm not trying to look for trouble.
Yeah.
I think so.
Do you think it's like associated? Is that a Trump thing? I'm illiterate. It is a Trump thing. Okay.
And definitely you will get harassed in certain places.
Wow.
I get it.
And if you don't care, but you have to know that be prepared that you may encounter some type of aggression. And so if you're prepared for that, then
I'm just catching up on comments. In that picture of you, that leisurely picture of you.
That's a vape.
All right, so now she doesn't have to wonder anymore.
Who was asking that?
Lady letter carrier. Yeah. Yeah, Tank says, Vince is lucky to find the door of the house to leave. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I mean, I would have had him here today, but he's incommunicado again. I'm just shocked that he made it for the weekend. Shocked. Anyway.
Oh, I thought he meant me.
Yeah, that was funny.
No, Vincenzo he's talking about, not Lucenzo. It says Vince is lucky to find the door. Second Commandment.
That guy has so much pimples on his face, like you can't.
Let's be nice now. Good Lord. Hey, we're gonna have to talk to HR. I don't want to have to get HR involved. You guys work together. Let's figure out how to get along. So you got like some sort of evil cackle going there.
I'm laughing about because I have a story to tell on the end of the race, like after.
Okay, let's see if we can get chronologically. Now, just for the pepperonis here, to just completely prove once and for all that it actually happened. There it is. It really I love this picture. I just think that's a great picture. Isn't that nice?
Picture,
yeah. It's really good. Little did we know.
It was so much fun.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you could join in. I'm so glad you could come, and I'm also so glad that we survived it. Little did we know in this picture how much we would suffer.
That's before it filled up.
Yeah, this is well before the race. You can see how we kind of look fresh and everything.
I mean, it was shoulder to shoulder touching, and the entire place was absolutely, I think, filled to 100% capacity, if not more.
Yeah. I think they have around 400,000.
And everybody was suffering together. So
yeah,
it's like you're sitting there suffering, but you look around, you're like, all right, so is everybody else. Like, at least it's not just me,
Yes.
And everybody, by the end of it, they were just like Jesus on the cross. We're gonna get through this together.
Hey, Lucenzo, Georgie wants to make sure you don't forget the Vince story for the end, all right? So
It's not about Vince.
Oh, toward the end of the race, I thought you had a Vince story.
No, it's something hilarious.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, see, now I'm worried. I hope it's not about me.
It's not.
Okay, good. Okay, thank goodness. Also, kind of interesting. Oh, yes. So, Georgie's prizes have been procured. They are not in the mail yet. They have been procured. We'll you know what? I'll snap a picture of stuff so that whenever the day is that they get there and she lets us know, then I'll flip it up on the screen there.
Wait, I don't even know the prizes yet.
Well, you're the camera guy. You don't. It's on a need to know basis. I thought this was really cool. They do a flyover.
Yes. Are there those the Blue Angels, or the guy was behind me was just talking about the Blue Angels?
Maybe we can tell even from the picture.
I think those were Thunderbirds.
Okay.
Thunderbirds.
Because this guy was he had some interesting trivia and stuff. So anybody who would listen, he was just talking, and then anybody who looked at him was like, "What was that?" He would just tell you all this trivia about stuff. So he was telling me a bunch of stuff, interesting stuff about the Blue Angels. So I don't know if he was just talking about them or if that's them.
I would assume that he thought that was the Blue Angels since he was.
I'm gonna get up and walk away for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Do what you got to do. No problem. Oh wait, I didn't mean to show you walking away. Anyway, they do flyovers every year at the race. Okay, so this year was 36th time I've seen it, and I thought, Lucenzo, that this was my favorite flyover of all time.
Really?
Yes.
They did have a lot of planes.
They did. There were a lot of planes. I loved the color. Look at those colors. It was such a cool design. And then something they did that I don't ever remember this happening is they flew over actually 3 times. Did you notice they went past 3 times?
Yeah, and then the third one, I think they all split.
They dispersed all throughout the sky. It was really amazing. I had goosebumps. It was amazing.
I think it's impossible to have goosebumps at a 90-degree race.
I think you might be onto something.
That's physically and mentally impossible.
I guess what I'm saying is I found myself almost responding emotionally. It was such an amazing sight the way just the pattern they flew in and just the skill. I mean, when they started, they were so close together. It was just amazing. But beautiful planes.
And then they actually drove. I don't know if you said this when I was gone, but they did a flyby, and then unexpectedly, at some point they came back, and then they did some kind of formation maneuvers, which was really cool. And then they spread out and came back together.
Yes, it was. I had never seen a flyover that was that. Whatever it was, there was so much to it. It was amazing.
I stepped out for a second to make sure my mom could find it. Okay, the show.
Oh,
since
that's
she didn't
sweet.
comment, so she says that she doesn't have an account, so she's not able to chat, but she could see it.
Oh, excellent.
So everybody say hi to Mrs. Cat.
Yes. Hello. It's D, right? Is that the I always feel just horrible. I've been calling your mom the wrong name the whole show. I like to think you wouldn't let me do this. Georgie wants to know, what does Lucenzo's shirts... Whoops, sorry, wrong camera. What does your shirt say, Lucenzo?
Roo. Roo rah, whatever it says. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
It's a Scooby-Doo shirt.
I'm gonna give you a guess. Okay. I think Scooby-Doo is known for saying "rot-row." You know?
Yeah, that's what it
Raggy.
says.
Raggy.
Well, it definitely doesn't say raggy. I think it says "rot-row," and it says it over and over. So that must have been a bad day. Maybe he didn't get many Scooby snacks.
Ouch.
But anyway, so we sat there and burned in the sun for. I mean, you guys, that was maybe not the worst race I've been to, but it's in my top. I'm saying weather-wise, it's in my top 3.
Well, there was low humidity, and it was breezy. If it had been 5 degrees hotter, it would have been brutal, more brutal.
You found a guy laying by his car.
Yes. When we were walking back to the vehicles, there was a guy face down on the grass in the sun, and we stopped, and some other people stopped too, and I was like, hey, Tony, is that guy all right? He's alive. And Tony's like, he's breathing. And then some other drunk guy walked by and just kicked him. He's like, you all right, buddy? And the guy's like, and put his hand back
up.
down. And so we get over to the vehicles, and I was like, no. So I took a chunk of ice, and I went back, and I got down, and I was like, hey. And he's like, And so I got him to sit up, and I'm like, here, put this ice on you. And he's like, oh, thank you so much. And he's like, I'm waiting for my sister to come back to the car, which God knows when she'll get there. I mean, she could be another hour. So I was like, hey, you see that tent there? Those people looks like they didn't get back from the race yet. Why don't you go lay under that tent in the shade? And he's like, good call. And he went over there.
Yeah, that was very, very nice of you to do. It was, you know, you're a pro. Oh, hey, I guess I'm going to my next slide. So we baked in the sun, and then finally this Swedish dude. Does anyone remember his name? The winner.
I wish it was Scott Dixon, though.
I know.
He did such a good job.
Wait, what was it?
I think it's Ericsson, maybe. Something Ericsson. I know he's a Swedish fella.
The Ericsson guy?
Or Danish fella. I don't know. He's the driver for Chip Ganassi. What I thought was weird about the race is, as Lucenzo said, Scott Dixon was, ahead for...
He was leading that for so long. I mean, I kind of was like, what are the chances that he can keep that up for the rest of the race?
Yeah, and like the gas and stuff.
He made quite a few pit stops, didn't he? Even after I'd watch him, he made 2 pit stops, so he's in first place.
Yeah.
And then he would do a pit stop. It would take 6 or 7 seconds to get new tires and a new windshield, however they do that.
Wait, they get new windshields?
I think they replaced his windshield. Yeah, a few of the drivers, the announcer said that they got a new windshield.
It might be this, they put this film over it so that, like when they're racing,
maybe it starts to fray.
Dirt gets on it, and then they pull the film off. So it may have been
maybe
a new sheet of film or something.
Yeah, because none of them said broken windshield, so it's just yeah. So and then he would be in 6th place after those 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And then somehow within 30 seconds he was back up to number 1 again.
Yeah. One of the amazing things about Scott Dixon, and trust me, I can't remember how many years he's been coming, but I've seen all his races, and he is almost always dominant at Indy.
Yeah, you said that to me, and I was like, so why doesn't he win? And you're like, anything could happen.
This is, and perfect example. So he couldn't slow down fast enough in the pits. He dominated all day, but he sped in the pits. He went over the speed limit.
I wonder what speed. I wonder if it was like 62, because that would be heartbreaking. Because you said it's like a 60 mile per hour speed limit entering the pit, right?
Yes.
So I wonder if he was going like 61.
I'll bet it was close because this guy historically, he's such a technician. He never makes. He's so reliable. So I'll bet it was just razor thin. And it was really too bad to see him dominate all day, and then he loses it on a technicality. So
still, when he lost on the technicality, weren't there still like 40 laps to go?
Oh, I think way more.
More than 40? I don't.
No, I think it was about 40.
I think it was about 40. Yeah, it was late-ish in the race, and then just because of that, like he was,
maybe 30 even. I could be wrong though, but that's why I was like, is he really going to be able to keep that up for another 30, 40 laps?
Yeah. And I think I was looking at the results of the race, and I think he finished like 21st, which is such a travesty.
26, I think.
Oh, such a travesty.
That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, but that was a great lesson for you, Robo, in what can happen at the race. I've seen it so many times over the years. I've seen a guy dominate, This used to happen in the Andretti's all the time.
Tank, I had 3 Trulies or whatever all day, and the third one, no, I had 4. Well, the third one, which was at the race. See, Tony's brother, I thought, because I didn't pack any, and they had packed drinks and sandwiches. And at some point, like 3/4 into the race, I look over and Tony's brother's like, and I was like, oh my God, you brought one? And he's like, I brought it for you. And I was like, wow, thank you. He's like, I knew you'd want one. So, but then I guess he brought 2 of them, and and so Tony goes, he nudges me and he's like, you want this? Not my thing. So he was trying to, I guess, partake in the imbibing, and he took like 1 sip and he's like, I don't like this, and he gave it to me.
The thing that happened was I had asked for a drink, and that, whatever it was, some alcoholic spritzer type deal, that was the last drink in the bag.
Oh. It wasn't the best flavor. That was the citrus one. That's the one I would normally have last.
There was something in me. I was trying to get a drink because I was, I was hot. I was melting. And drinking booze, it's like, this is not.
That's like those guys on our Hydra Homies. I don't know if anybody ever goes on that sub. It's just people like talking about water like it's the Holy Grail. It's just ridiculous. And there's this meme that always gets repeated, and it's somebody crawling through the desert, and he's like, dying of thirst, and he gets to an oasis, and they have like sparkling water, and then you just see him crawling back away. He's like, we only drink water.
That's hilarious. Well, yeah, that was me. The alcohol just seemed not the ticket. Look what Tank says. For the face down drunk guy, I would have taken his wallet.
Totally.
Oh, you too, Lucenzo?
Oh yeah, free money.
Oh my gosh!
Brutal.
Come on now.
Brutal, Lou. Brutal.
No.
Tank says he had a 6-pack by lunch yesterday. Those are rookie numbers. There are a lot of years where I think to myself, maybe this is the year I'll have a few brewskis or whatever. But it turns out, here's the deal, especially the way I do the race, there's so much involved. It's such a big day. And it's like, I can't. There's too much to do. I just can't. If I were like tipsy or whatever, I mean, obviously everyone still would have had a good time. Who knows? Maybe even a better time.
Drinking has a different effect when you're like out in the sun all day. It's so I don't really like to drink that much, and but whenever I'm out on a long day like that at the beach or something, I enjoy it a little more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's just, I guess you drink it, you get buzzed for like a few minutes, and then it's like you never had it. Right. I don't know why it has that effect.
See, it's funny. Tank says if you want water, Coors Light.
True.
This'll tell you something, Tank. That's actually my favorite beer is Coors Light. So that'll tell you.
No class.
I don't know. Anyway, congratulations to the Swedish dude again. I can't even remember his name. It's really interesting because he was toward the front almost all day, right? So he clearly had a good car, but I don't know about you. Like, I didn't really notice him all day. And I think part of it is his car wasn't as cool looking as some of the other cars.
Was he always near the front though? Because I remember that car being further back. Maybe I just.
It could be. Maybe. I mean, I'll put it this way. I didn't follow the guy like all day.
Mm-hmm. He needs a better sponsor.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Do you remember what his sponsor was?
Might have been like Target or something.
It was a chocolate thing, right?
Yeah, there was. Oh yeah, they kept saying the chocolate.
It's some sort of Swedish chocolate thing. Remember, and I would actually love to see this verified. I heard he drank chocolate milk.
Oh, yeah?
No, wait.
No, he poured milk.
Watched,
he poured regular milk on himself.
Yeah, we watched it. Yeah, so maybe they were just, that was definitely not chocolate milk.
There was one car fire. Do you remember that?
Yes,
one car was on fire.
Yeah, as part of the crash. That was the one that
I think that was the second crash. It was on fire.
Okay, so it was in turn 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucenzo was saying before the race, like, gee, I hope we see a crash. We were in turn 3, ton of crashes in turn 2.
All of them, right?
Well, there was one in turn 3, remember that one?
Yeah, yes. Kind of like...
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, the guy first hit in between 3 and 4, and then he hit the wall again.
He hit the wall, and then went all the way to the other side on the grass.
And then hit the wall again.
Oh, he hit the wall on the other
Yeah,
side
he
too.
hit it twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he hit it. They call it the short shoot. The between 3 and 4, the straight part. They call that the short. Actually, they call on both ends. That's called the short shoot.
Are we going to talk about what the winner did at the end, where he swerved? And I was like, Tony,
Oh
what
my
was
God.
he doing? And you said he was trying to mess up the airflow for the people behind him.
Yeah,
And I said, is that legal? They can do that? And he said, yeah.
Yeah, that was fascinating. Now, yeah, so I had never seen a driver that was in the lead that late drive that way. This guy was just total serpentine all the way.
So they were following in his wake, because if they didn't, then they would get
slower. They get dirty
pushed
air.
around, right? So they had to go behind him.
Yeah, they had to try and stay right behind him because they wanted that draft. They wanted his car to brake to make there less wind drag for them.
I guess the wake speeds out, like when you see a boat in water and you see the wake gets larger and larger.
Probably.
I guess it does the same thing with the air, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. But he was just to mess them up. He just zigzagged all the way. I've never seen a guy drive that way. That was fast. I mean, I've seen some guys dart around a little bit, but he would do it all the way down the straightaways. It was insane, and it worked. You know, I've just never seen it before. That was a good call, RoboCat. That was really interesting, for sure.
None of the crashes were too bad, though. Nobody flipped over or anything like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone survived. No one was hurt, so that was good.
There was a crash at the last lap too.
Oh, yeah.
I never got to see that.
It was the second to last lap, wasn't it?
I thought it was the last
on the
lap.
last lap.
I think it was on the last lap.
Because as the cars came around, so the start and finish line was on the opposite side of the track from us.
Yeah.
So when a new lap would start, it was directly across. So we'd see the number change, let's say to 1, and then as they were coming around and they got to us, you see their red blinkers go on, which means somebody somewhere crashed. But we didn't see the crash. I don't think it was at turn 3.
Or turn 2.
It was turn 2 again, believe it or not.
It was?
Yet another turn 2 crash. Yeah, that was Sage Karam. And Robo, do you remember? So this is another thing that I had never seen before. They red flagged. So someone crashed, I guess, again, turn 2 with like 5 laps to go. And it takes them a while to clean all that stuff up.
Yeah.
And typically, the cars go under yellow and they count those laps. So the race would have finished under yellow.
So I don't think people know what that means, which I didn't know until yesterday. So what happens is you get 200 laps. Let's say at lap 42, the beginning of the race, somebody crashes. You'll see, I guess they get in their headsets notified somebody crashed. So as soon as somebody crashes, everybody on the track puts on their blinkers. So you see the red blinker flashing behind them. That's a yellow flag, right? So then everybody stays in their positions and they slow down to a certain miles per hour.
Yep.
They can't go faster, so that they all stay in whatever lead that they were in. And then a pace car comes out and goes in front of them and goes the speed limit that they all have to go. And they keep doing this. They go around the track at that low speed. And
While the
but
crew
those
is
laps
cleaning up
count.
the wreck. Yes.
So if it takes them 5 laps to clean up that wreck, the race restarts 5 laps later.
Right.
So when there was a crash at like lap 6 with 6 laps to go, then they would have been circling like that at a low speed for the rest of the race. So they actually stopped the race and all the cars pulled in. They stopped it after like 2 laps. So now when they were going to restart the race, they would only have 4 laps to go. And so that guy that had a big lead in front for like 40 laps, he started swerving around so that nobody could get in front of him because they would have gotten hit with a wave of air.
Yeah. So again, by the way, look at Tank's comment. Robo has become a sports nut right in front of our eyes.
I know, I'm always complaining when you guys talk about sports.
It's so funny. I love it so much. Anyway, so yes, the race they red flagged it, which means everyone parked. Then they restarted. When they restarted, they did one parade lap, I think. So there's one lap.
Yeah, when they restart, they do a parade lap and then they start really going.
And so there were 4 laps of racing, right?
Left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you remember what I said to you? I said, there's still going to be another crash
Yeah,
before the end
you
of the
said
race.
that. I don't remember that.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
there was a crash on the last lap, but
Yes.
they had all put on their blinkers, but they barely even got to slow down. The race was over.
Yeah. By the way, Robo and I were doing something kind of interesting during the race. We would try and predict when was the next crash
We
going to
were
be.
both
kind
wrong at all times.
At what? But we were pretty close.
Were we?
Yeah, a lot of times we had it within like 2 or 3 laps, and I didn't say to you at the time, but there was a method to my guesses. Did you know that? I was so under yellow, like everyone pits and gets new stuff, you know.
Oh,
And
they
so-
take the opportunity.
Yeah, they take the opportunity,
pit
so they'll
stops.
pull into the pits because they lose less time because the cars are going slower. So what I was doing is math. I was saying, okay, their new tires are going to last about 30 laps, and then they'll get super slippery again. So it's like, I think there's going to be a crash in about 30, 35 laps. That's
The
how I did
reason
it.
that I didn't think Dixon was going to make it in
Yeah.
first place, because he was in first place for so long,
Yeah.
is that I was like, he's been in that lead for so long. How could he do another 40 without getting a pit stop? That's what my question was. And then I'm like, okay, and if he does pit stop, can he really keep this up, being the fastest one, for another 40 laps when he's already been doing it for like 50?
Yeah.
And then you said he might last, and then I was like, but let's say he tries and tries and pushes and tries to make it to the end. If he does have to make a pit stop, he won't have enough time to get to the front again.
I think
That was my prediction.
Yeah, and I know where I see what you're saying. I think part of the story is his car. I mean, he's a great driver, granted, but his car was so obviously superior to everyone else. Like he made it look effortless. We watched a little bit of the replay on TV last night, and like some of his passes were just like, it was like the other car was just sitting there.
Is
you
his
know?
car superior, or is he just superior?
Well, I think
knows?
both. I think for yesterday's
Yeah.
race, both. He is for sure a superior driver. He's one of the greats.
Now, Tony told me they don't just have like their stick shift and normal controls, that they have all kinds of extra stuff, and now I gotta research
yeah,
this, because
look
I'm really
into it.
curious what their controls are that they have in those cars.
Yeah, there's all sorts of little adjustments, and at Indy they say that each turn has its own personality. Obviously, it seems like they're most afraid of turn 2 for obvious reasons. Almost everyone crashes in turn 2. But yeah, they have little adjustments they can make to all sorts of parts of their car, and these guys will adjust through every lap to get the car right for the turn they're coming up to. So it's really pretty crazy. Green, white checker like NASCAR, says Georgie. Did you mean white flag with 1 lap left and then checker flag when you win? Absolutely. So, so after the race, then the real festivities began. As I said, Vince keys in on stuff, and Vinny decided to help Robo build the charcoal grill that we picked up just for the tailgating after the race.
And
Yeah, what you got?
while you were doing that, here's my story.
Oh, yeah.
There was a guy by that big white,
The SUV next to us?
yeah, the big
Yeah.
white SUV. And I don't know if you saw this, but like he was like the uncle of the owner's cars. The uncle of the guy who owns the car.
Penske guy?
Oh, who owned the big white car?
Yeah, the big white SUV.
Okay, so he was the owner's uncle. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm with you.
His name was Pat, and he couldn't figure out how to open the trunk. And so he's like feeling under the thing and stuff, even though it was way down here, and he's like, "Damn it!" And the window is open, like the window to the trunk.
Yeah.
And he didn't drop it in there for some weird reason. he tried to get the full thing open.
Weird.
And it was obvious that there was a dedicated section to it. And and then he was trying to feel under the logo on the back of the truck.
Maybe he was drunk. Couldn't figure it out.
Maybe. And I'm not going to lie. Sometimes even on my own vehicles, Lucenzo, that I own, sometimes I can't find that dang button either.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And he walked into the front of the car. Like, he walked towards the front of the car. It's like he's standing there drinking, like, a beer or something. And, like, you could tell he was thinking about peeing somewhere. Like, he was just standing there looking around.
You know that look, huh?
Yeah. And then he walks back to his backpack by the trunk, and the guy comes back, is like, oh, there you are. What? Are you too lazy to open the trunk or something? It's like, no, I can't figure it out. And he pushes just this little box with one button under it and nothing less. And the thing opens. He's like, now, how did you do that?
Oh my gosh, it's great people watching at the race. You know, I mean, 400,000 people. You're bound to see some interesting people around. It's pretty nuts. But what a day, though. Oh, so let's explain. I'll just, as I said, everyone's fine. But the
We didn't get pictures of the aftermath.
The
huh?
damage
I didn't even think of it.
to
I
the
should have done
ambulance.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's just do long story short, right? Because it hurts my heart to even rethink it, because it was traumatic, and it was. You got to remember.
It probably was more traumatic for you than anybody else.
Well, yeah, the ambulance is my
Because
baby.
you have like the lives of all of us
Well, sure, yeah.
that were in there, and you're like, oh my God, if I
Yeah.
flip, I'm
Yeah.
gonna injure all these people.
Yeah. Oh, Yak Horseman is in the house. He says, "Whoa, am I dreaming?"
Yak, can I
Yeah.
brush your hair?
Swing. Yes. Can you just believe how stunningly beautiful and luscious Lucenzo is? It's just something
Oh, wait, that's me. Okay, I thought you were talking about her.
Talking about yourself.
I'm kidding. Yeah, myself. Right.
That's what I thought. I thought you were gonna say I am.
I'm a little more tan, I'll say this. But yeah, so we, okay, so nothing horrible, but so I went up on a curb. Is that what happened, Robo?
Well,
I went up on a curb?
Okay, we were driving, and we were going a good, how fast do you think we were going, like 50?
40, 45.
40, 45, which is pretty fast in an ambulance. So he was driving, and we were driving along this stretch that was trees on the side. So, but you know how sometimes, and you know it's the beginning of summer, the leaf branches got out of control. They probably haven't trimmed them yet.
Yeah.
So I had my window wide open, and I started getting hit or almost hit. Like I felt the branches like coming at my face because they came in the window. So I was like, whoa, and then I backed up, and then he looked over at me, and I think it happened so fast, I don't think he realized that's why, but I think that's why you crashed. Well, he didn't crash, but because I was like backing up, and as soon as you looked over and you're like, what happened, then you just clipped the curb.
Yeah.
And it was just, I think you swerved a little bit, but you weren't out of control. And then it was just like bang. Heard a bang, and then we're like, all right, we're okay. I was like, you want to pull over? Let's see if everything's all right. And the tire was just destroyed. It had just had a slice through it. It was shredded up. The rim was bent. But that's the back of the ambulance. You got 2 tires instead of 1 on each side in the back. So
Doolies.
we still had another tire next to it that kept us from really crashing.
Yeah. So we pulled over. It ended up being in a great, if I had to pull over a big rig like that, it was kind of in a great location, I would say. And then we had to find a place to tow it that would tow it to my mechanic. So, which is really hard on race night in Indianapolis. It's like everyone's getting towed everywhere. Mm-hmm. Is it? And because the ambulance is so big and because it couldn't roll, it had to be a flatbed. So it took us a while.
We actually passed, when we got in the Uber, we passed, what did you say? It was a Sprinter, which is another van, right? They were also getting towed.
Oh yeah.
maybe like 2 miles up the road.
Yeah. Crazy. But anyway, it didn't. I was going too fast for pit row, says Tank. It ended up not being. I mean, it was tough because again, it happened at like 20 hours in or whatever. I mean, we were just baked. We were tired, and so that was a bummer. So anyway, just my brother John and I stayed with Bambi. The rest of the team took an Uber to safety, but then we were back before too long.
Yeah. An hour later, I texted you, and you said that you're back already. You
Yeah.
got the truck
So,
load.
what's funny, I just the tote place to lure. What, am I getting boring for you? Is that what's happening? Yawning? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
They said I was like I really didn't want to wait for the tow truck because they said it's gonna be a while, and they said if you want to just hide the keys somewhere. And I said, oh, yeah. So I hid the keys under the front tire or right behind the front passenger side tire. And, well, it's just kind of interesting. And I told them, I said, here's where I'm hiding the keys. And they called me like an hour and a half later. I was home, of course. They're like, we can't find the keys.
They found it though, right?
Yeah, I said they're behind. Just go to the ground behind the passenger side front tire. Oh, yeah, okay, they're here. It's like, I already told you that once. Like, what's, anyway, that was kind of weird. But I was so tired. But anyway, it's up. It needs a new rim and obviously new tire and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's too bad, too, because I was looking at that rim and it looked vintage. I don't know if it is, but it looked it.
I'm sure it is. The whole freaking ambulance is vintage, so...
Well, I don't know what technically vintage is and when that truck is from, but...
97.
97?
She's a
Oh, that's not really
97.
vintage. Yeah. It's probably the original rims because they have this nice shape that's kind of reminiscent of like the 70s or whatever. But
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's going to be, she'll have battle scars. She just has a new battle scar, a new story, race. But, every year, leaving the race, every next year that I drive that route, I'm going to be nervous, which is maybe a good thing. It'll make me like pay attention. I'll definitely be on the lane farthest from the curb next time.
Well, that's gonna be on another curb then.
Well, I don't think so.
I mean, if there's a middle section.
If I'm next to the opposite curb, that'll mean I'm driving the wrong way, which would also that would be worse, Lucenzo.
I actually don't. I try not to when I'm driving the ambulance. When I'm in the left lane on a 4-lane road, so I'm 2 lanes, the other side is 2 lanes, and you go around turns, your mirror sticks out, and a lot of people hug turns when they're coming the opposite way. They hug a turn,
Yeah.
and it comes close to their bigger vehicle with mirrors that stick out of the 2 mirrors hitting. So I'm always afraid of that. I'm like, oh, that was close, and so I'll go in the right lane instead.
Huh. That's right. I mean, yeah, Robo is, an experienced ambulance driver, way more experienced than I am. I probably should have just had her drive. Hilarious. Georgie thinks I can find custom rims in a junkyard. I suppose she's right. Anyway, we made it. Robo, can you believe, I think the day after the races, gosh darn, you're still tired,
Actually, I'm good.
You're good now.
Yeah, I slept 11 hours, so I'm good.
That's long for her, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I usually sleep 6 to 7, I mean.
How do you know about RoboCat's sleeping patterns? I wonder, Lucenzo. Don't answer that.
Okay.
Lord knows where it's gonna go. Yeah. So yeah, you need. I slept. I really slept in. Boy, did I need it. Wait. So Georgie says, wait. Wonder what she's saying that about.
Wait.
Is she singing that White Lion song? Wasn't that a White Lion song from the 80s? Maybe, was there a story? Oh, no, you told your story, Lou, right?
I think there was something else that we were supposed to get to, and I can't remember what it was, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
Lady, you were thinking about that White Lion song as well? That's hilarious if that's the case.
Oh, did you have more pictures, or that was it?
That's it.
All right.
That's it on the pictures.
Nice poll. Lucenzo knows Robo's sleep.
Oh, I'll tell you. I'll actually tell you exactly why that is. That's because as I said, we just went to lunch a little bit ago, and we were on the way there. We were talking about how much
sleep,
we each slept in, and so we have already gone over this. So Lucenzo was actually listening, which I'm very impressed by.
Yeah.
Good for you, Lucenzo. Well, let's see. Oh my goodness, see, we've been going an hour and 10 minutes.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
Oh,
Already?
I didn't realize that at all.
It goes fast, doesn't it?
Yes.
Isn't that interesting?
No, now I see why you're calm. It's it's not as nerve-wracking as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
That's great. Tank's got some music homework. Let's see. Metallica, Frayed Ends of Sanity.
Sanity.
Hey,
was-
Tank, when you coming back? Come on, man. What are you doing?
I think they, this has been,
There. I'll look into the camera.
They talked
what are you
a little-
doing, Tank?
I think they talked about it in the comments a little bit, but it's been hard for me to keep up with the comments.
I'll go through the Discord. I have to go. So I have an iPhone 5, and for some reason that Discord is just not compatible with it. I don't get the alerts. I don't get.
Yeah.
I can go back and like scroll through the comments and try and see what you said, but
Yeah, he says he's
there.
back, but just not as much.
All right.
So, which, I get it. Let's face it, the quality of the show has really been, it's been waning. It's mediocre at best. But it's just awesome to see Tank's comments again. It's always a fun time. All right. Well, so any parting thoughts from? Actually, I'm going to say I demand parting thoughts from Lucenzo. You first. Let's say parting thoughts on either what it's like to be on the Chicago Tony V show, or just the race weekend that I was so pleased to have you a part of.
The Chicago Tony V show. It goes fast, as we just described. Yeah.
All right, so it goes fast. It's faster than you think. Were you nervous before the show started? I know RoboCat was.
No.
That's good. All right, so maybe you're a natural.
Ask me later, though. But being on the show, you get to see the whole thing like in the flesh and not on the.
It's got to be interesting to see how I do it, right? You can see me do all the controls
Yeah.
and stuff.
yeah, it's very cool looking studio.
Looks way different than what it looks on the screen.
Yeah, I don't think people would guess how many screens. Like, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screens in front of me.
That thing is cool.
The teleprompter?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then just a ton of cords.
Very professional. And then these lights, there's like the lights with the film on them and stuff.
Yeah, it's a crazy setup for sure. And then Lucenzo, final thoughts on the race itself, race weekend. Any final thoughts?
Well, the Geiger car got run over by a train earlier.
Lucenzo's making a super Dave Osborne reference that no one will be able to get. Okay.
Aww.
Yeah. All right, RoboCat, how about you? Parting thoughts?
Less stressful than I thought it would be. I actually feel great. And I had a really good time at the race. It was amazing.
That was fabulous.
And we didn't go over the tailgating afterwards, too. We set up a tent, we put together a bar, assembled a barbecue, and then nobody was even hungry. We weren't even hungry because we had eaten too much cheese and crackers. So
yeah,
but,
we overdid the preparations.
and if you see the
Food
picture that there's that last picture of me, I had bought a shirt at the race, so I wound up changing into that shirt, taking my linen shirt, soaking it in ice water. I had to soak it like 4 separate times because it was so hot.
Yeah.
And the only way I could cool down and assemble that barbecue was if I, cooled down. So I was soaking my shirt in ice water and putting it on my head. And then we got the barbecue going, and then we were like, let's get out of here.
Yeah, we all were over it. But I want to let you guys know, and also let you know, Robo. Robo was, really critical, an integral part of the experience. Honestly, a huge help to me with all the setup and the ideas. How am I going to feed all these people?
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to do? And it was really helpful having her around. Aside from it was just tons of fun. I always, I've said it 100 times. I love introducing people to the Indy 500, and especially a New Yorker to the Midwest and the nice Indiana people. Yeah,
Really great.
so it was a ton of fun. I missed seeing you all. Sorry for the late show today, people. And it's funny because I've got a lot of work ahead of me to reset the studio back to solo mode. Unless maybe I can talk Robo into just not going back, and we'll just tag team the show.
Or I could do the show several times. Yeah.
You could host. You could host the show.
That's right. You were telling me your school's almost over, right?
Yeah.
Like one or you
2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks.
I think so.
Hey, maybe it could be a tag team show. I'm always worried that your parents are going to give me the kibosh.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
I'll talk him out of it eventually.
You're going to stand up for me?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, tell Robo to be a paramedic in Sheboygan, says Tank. That's,
I might have to. The people are definitely nicer here.
Yeah.
That really warmed when Robo said several times, was talking about nice people in the Midwest. That really, it warmed my heart. So anyway, everyone, great to see you. Sorry for the late show today. So what time's your flight tomorrow? It's super early, right?
I think I'm landing at 11.
Unless
It's
it gets
early,
delayed.
or is it 6 in the morning? I can't remember.
I think
have
you-
to look. No, I was landing at 6 p.m. So I think this one, I don't have to look, 7 or 8 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you take off like 7 or 8. Anyway, the long and the short of it is, I'm going to be nowhere near Studio B in the morning because we're going to be either on the way to the airport or
let
coming
me
back
look
from
right
the
now.
airport. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, no show tomorrow morning. But I'll be back in rhythm on Wednesday. But yeah. What a time. Anyway,
Yeah.
listen, did you find it?
Yeah, we won't be here. It's at 8 a.m.
8, it takes off at 8?
It takes off at 8, yeah.
Yeah, so we should probably be there by like 6 just for you to, do you think?
Yeah.
For you to be comfortable? All right. Okay.
Tired.
For myself and Lucenzo and Robo Kitty, I want
Thanks
to...
for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an absolute blast. And this we're gonna see what more fun we can have before the weekends. The plane hasn't left yet, so we'll see. Anyway, God bless all you guys. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Take care. God bless. And Lucenzo's already, even though we're still live, Lucenzo's already leaving the set. Okay, love you guys. See
Don't
you.
take any shit from anyone.
Don't take any shit from anyone. And